that intro, we're just trying to give you some visual images to help you understand that there are hazards in your job every day. No, we're not talking about obvious ones like a slip on a wet floor or lifting something heavy, although those are important. We're talking about something that could be far more dangerous, that many times is completely invisible. I'm talking about bloodborne pathogens, germs that could be fatal, such as the AIDS virus that can get into your body and infect you. Now, I'm not trying to scare you out of doing your job. In fact, this information would be good to know even if you didn't work here. It is simply our job to help keep you as safe and healthy as possible, both on and off the job. By making you aware of these dangers, you can avoid coming in contact with them in the first place. Two of the most dangerous diseases, which can be caught from an accidental needle stick or from even rubbing your eye after touching an item that could have germs on it, are AIDS and hepatitis. Here are some important facts on AIDS. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, estimates that 1 out of every 300 people in the U.S. is HIV positive. In New York City, 1 out of every 160 adults has the HIV virus. AIDS is the second leading cause of death among Americans ages 25 to 44. And almost 1 million people in the U.S. have the virus that causes AIDS. The simple fact of the matter is that you probably come across someone who is HIV positive every day in your personal life or on the job. Even if you didn't work here or in this type of work, you could come across situations where you would get the HIV virus. This is why this training is so important. Hepatitis, a disease that could damage your liver, is even more common than AIDS. Over 5 million people in the U.S. have hepatitis B or C, two of the most dangerous forms of hepatitis. And, like AIDS, most people don't know they even have it. The disease can be fatal, if not life-altering. But unlike the AIDS virus, which cannot live long once the blood or fluid is completely dried, hepatitis B is so powerful it can live for up to 7 days in dried blood. That's why you're not to touch this. Many people think that as long as blood is dried, it's no longer dangerous. It's time to think again. The most common ways to get AIDS or hepatitis B or C are through unprotected sex and sharing needles. But on the job, there are 3 ways in which you can get these diseases and many other infections. Through a break in your skin, like a hangnail or cut. Through contact with your mucous membranes, your eyes, nose, and mouth. Like touching your eyes with your hands that could have germs on them when you're putting in contact lenses. And most commonly, through a needle stick or cut with a sharp object that has blood on it. Just what are the potentially infectious items and materials you should be on the lookout for? Let's run through a brief list. In guest rooms and common areas. Syringes. Broken glass with a drop of blood on it. Razor or razor blade. The scene of a violent crime. Used condoms. Vomit or any other body fluid spill. A plumbing snake that has been used to clear a toilet that was possibly stopped up with a syringe, both the snake and the syringe. A blood-soaked towel. Linens soiled with body fluids. In the food service kitchen areas, a knife that has blood on it, as well as the blood from the cut. A box cutter used by someone who got cut opening a box, and the blood from the cut. Body fluids from a severe burn while cooking. A broken plate or glass with blood on it. A used biohazard cleanup kit. A bloody napkin at a guest table.